Champ Talk, man. I got my boy Dariyn Choates with me, straight out of Seaside, California. And if y'all don't know, you know, he's a former Sac State football player, entrepreneur now. And, you know, the list goes on for the accomplishments he's done for himself so far. So, man, just how you doing and how you feeling today, man?
Man, just a blessing, man, to be out here, you know, just doing my thing, working, still grinding, you know, just pushing my goals, man. You know, the sky's the limit, so just doing my thing, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so I just want to start from the beginning, you know. So you're from Seaside, California, on the Central Coast by Salinas, you know, in that area. But, you know, for those that don't know, what was it like growing up over there?
You know, I got a big family, man, so I'm a well-known person in that area. You know, I take a lot of pride in my city. You know, I got a lot of real big support system in Seaside, you know. So coming from that area, it's a small area, you know. We got a couple people that made it out, you know, the great Herm Edwards came from Seaside. You know, we got football players, Mason Foster, a lot of people came out that area. So, you know, it's a blessing to be from that area, you know, and still come out here and represent in Sacramento, you know. So I push my city, see I got it on my head.
Hey, man, so you know, you like you said, you got the great football grades from over there, like Herm Edwards, but like, did that love for football start at a young age, or like when did you start getting into that?
You know, athletics always ran in my family line. You know, I got a lot of athletes in the fam, but I thought I was a basketball player at a point in time, but I couldn't grow over 6'3", so I was like, yeah, it's not gonna work for me. You know, I can't shoot like Curry, but football grabbed my attention my freshman year of high school, and I just ran with it. You know, I just stuck to the grades in the school, stuck out the streets. You know, and then I was blessed with the opportunity to get a couple of full-ride scholarships. You know, and I chose Sacramento State, you know, and I'm actually blessed to actually chose Sac State because the people I met and the things I've done up here and the atmosphere and, you know, the connections I got now is just a blessing to have, man. And, you know, so coming from Seaside and just playing football, that was just a big thing for me.
When did you like start separating yourself from the football field? Because I mean, it's a point in time where I feel like as a football player, it's like, you know, you learn the game. You know, you just trying to figure everything out. You know, athleticism usually sometimes comes naturally though. But at the same time, you know, it's a point in time where you become a Division I athlete. It's kind of like you separating yourself. So when did you start seeing that?
You know, I had an older brother. You know, so my brother Dariyn, he was the athlete of the family. So you know, him being so good on the football field made me push myself to be a better athlete, just due to the fact that I wanted to be the football player of the family. So you know, and I just kept pushing myself, and it got to about my junior, senior year in high school, and people were like, okay, like, you're doing your thing, and then senior year was just a blowout year for football for me, and then I had the grades, so, you know, I had scouts coming to talk to you, boy, and, you know, hey, Sac State came in, it was one of the 3 schools that came in, laid the scholarship on the table, you know, and I fell in love with it from there, you know.
But besides Sac State, what was the other schools that came in and talked to you?
San Diego State came in and offered me a full one. A lot of people would be like, why didn't you go Mountain West and everything? You know, Sac State just felt like the right field for me. On top of that, I always wanted to play. I didn't want to be in a bigger program and sit on the bench. I wanted to go play. So I got to Sac State. So I already knew I was going to play as soon as I got to Sac State. So that, and you know, I was in the talks with other schools and everything, but actually those 2 were the only ones that laid the full ride. You know what I'm saying? Down on the table.
So how'd you know though, like, that Sac State was real compared to San Diego State? Because I mean, they gave you the offer at San Diego State. Like you said, a lot of people gonna be questioning, like, "Whoa, why you choose Sac State over them?" But obviously, it was something there that you could tell it was real, like when you wanted to commit. So what was it?
You know, the recruiting visit is the number one bread and butter of all of it. You know, so I went on my recruiting visit, and I met some cool people like Marcus Bruce and all them on my recruiting visit. And I already knew like we gonna be homeboys, you know what I'm saying? So I had some cool people I met on the Sac State visit. On top of that, I was just looking at the competition at Sac State, and I was like, I can play here, you know what I'm saying? San Diego State was a little bit different, you know, but I don't regret none of it. I'm glad I came to Sac State because, you know, we went ahead and won a championship this year. On my senior year, I had the best senior year I could ask for, so, you know, I was actually blessed to come to Sac State.
And then, you know, you get here, at the time, Coach Sears was the coach, you guys, I don't think you guys were doing, you know, too well at the time, but you know, what was that first season like? Because you started as a true freshman, right?
Yeah, so I had George O'Bean starting at DN in front of me, and then after a while he got hurt, so I went ahead and filled up in his role at DN, and that's when I was defensive end. You know, it was a couple rough years at Sac State. There was some iffy years at Sac State, most definitely. But the only thing that kept me really going was the people on the team. Like, regardless of like the record might not have said it, but there was always a great team at Sac State. It just never showed on the scoreboard, And then as soon as we got that coaching change, and they was working with us, everything changed, and we went up from there. So I feel like Sac State always had the most talent in our conference for sure.
And honestly, it shows. I mean, like you said, once that coaching situation changed, the whole culture changed, or I don't know if that's, I could say the culture because I wasn't in the locker room, but the whole program changed. Y'all started winning more games, things started looking better. But what do you think it was that was like holding y'all back? You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause y'all had the talent.
I felt like at a long point of time at the Sac State football team, it was the coaches team. The coaches did this, coaches did that, and this is how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's set in stone. But these new coaches came in, they let me be our team. Like as a captain last year when I was a senior, they let me pick the uniform. They let us listen to music. It's simple, small things that make the game fun. They brought the fun back into the game. Like I remember my freshman year, we was doing so bad. Coach Sears was like, "Yeah, no music." You know what I'm saying? No music in the weight room. Now, imagine trying to lift weights with no music, I'm saying? So the little things like that is a big difference, you know what I'm saying? And then when Coach Dietrich came in, our new strength coach, he came in and turned the whole weight room around. He made making workouts fun. He made everything make sense, you know what I'm saying? And he taught us things and he treated us like pro athletes. Like, you want to be a pro athlete, you're going to have to train like a pro athlete. So that was just a blessing to have him come in and teach us how pros train, and everybody had a desire to go play after college. So after he came in with that momentum, everybody just ran with it, and I felt like nothing bad against the old coaches, what I'm saying? They're good people too. I just feel like the change that we needed was those new coaches because they came in fresh. We didn't know them, they didn't know us. So we met in the middle, how we gonna do this, and that's how we were so successful.
And it kind of sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like they let y'all hold each other accountable, you know what I'm saying? Like they handed y'all the keys and was like, this y'all, you feel me? Like we gonna lead the way, we the coaches, but at the same time, y'all gotta hold yourself to the same.
They made the foundation and let us build up on top of that. So they set down the ground rules and let us make the decisions on how we wanted to go about the season,
And then so, you're going in, sophomore year, you're going crazy, junior year too, and then senior year, that's a crazy year. Cause I mean, like I said, I mean, since I've been here, I haven't seen y'all even get to the playoffs. This year, y'all get to the playoffs, y'all get to the Big Sky Championship. So just tell me about that year. Like, how was that year for you?
The first game of the season was the little run over game. That's when we played the lower division team. We blew them out with, I don't even remember the score, 77, 77, something like that. We can't really go off that. But then Arizona State came, and I take that game kind of personal, but Herm Edwards was their coach, you know what I'm saying? So we got prepared for that game, and we went out there, and it was halftime. We looking at the scoreboard, and we looking at it like, bro, it is 10-7 at half. Like, this is Arizona State, Pac-12. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, we can play ball with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that threw us in the hand, even though we came up a little bit short that game. We came back, beat Northern Colorado, went to Fresno State. We held a game with them. They came up a little short that game, but that tells you even the big D1A schools, like when we played them, that shows you we can play with anybody. So when we got the conference, we took everything serious. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. Every conference game we came in trying to win and beat them. So we ended up fourth in the nation. So I couldn't complain about it.
So coming into the season, was it something like did y'all have a good feeling coming in? Like this is gonna be year, or was it kind of one of those spontaneous things where it kind of just happened? Like along the way, y'all figured out.
We practiced so hard and trained so hard. The summer workouts was so up to tempo. When we got to Arizona State, the heat didn't bother nobody because we were used to practicing during the day in Sacramento. So y'all know how hot to get out here.
Y'all know.
Our coach put us in a position to win. At first you get out there, you're a little amped up. He's like, calm down, play football, And then we went out there and did our thing. We sitting there like, man, we can play anybody. It's just like mentally, physically, we was already there. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, we just need to snap in like, man, we can play with anybody.
And then talk about that D line. That D line was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, especially that senior year with you and Big E, Elijah Chambers, for y'all that don't know, George Obina, like you said, he playing for the Browns now. You, Roscoe, you feel me? So, talk to me about that bond y'all built. Like, was it a bond outside of the field that kind of like translated onto the field, or was it something like y'all just got in the game and y'all just locked in and just, you know?
I'm a firm believer only two people can win games, and that's a good quarterback or a great offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So we held the standard in our locker room that we were the best defensive line in the country. Like, you can't fuck with us. Like, everybody who played on the D-line, and I pushed D-line, like, pulling all the younger cats under me, we pushed them. You know, George had him coming back, you know, top pass rusher. Then we got a Big E, then we got my boy Wyatt, we had Josiah Harrison. We had a lot of studs on that D-line, you know. So we had a very lot of studs on that D-line, and it just took all of us to work together, you know. And our defense, he switched us around, so we did so much stuff and movement. He actually put players in position to make plays, and then that's just how it went. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, pretty much.
All right. And then so now, you know what I'm saying, y'all win the Big Sky. You know, senior year's coming into an end, and you know it's after football. You know what I'm saying? So after the season's over, you know, what was that process like after? You know what I'm saying? What was it like?
After the season, you know, we won the Big Sky. You know, came a little short in the playoffs. You know, it was a bittersweet thing. Cause, you know, I felt great because I had a great senior year. You know, first team all conference. You know, all the shit. Like, I did real good individually, and on top of that, team wise, we did really good. We got a ring. You know what I'm saying? Can't complain. You know, came up a little short in the playoffs. I wish we could have had a longer little stretch, but I'm honestly, I won't take it back and trade nothing for the world. After that, you know, it was just my mentality was get ready for pro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, COVID hit. You know, changed a lot of things. So I never got a shot to do a pro day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm training for now. You know, trying to get back into this football ground, doing what I can. You know, I feel like I still can play at the next level. So, you know, just.
What's the goal? Like, is it at the next level? Is it like, because I believe you can play in the NFL, and I'm sure a lot of others can too. But are you limiting yourself to just that? Like, is it NFL or bust, or is it like any professional level? You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, I take opportunities as they come. I take the best opportunity. If like CFL reached out to me and said, "Hey, you wanna come play for us?" and I had no other opportunities around, yes, I'm going with the CFL. I don't turn down opportunity. Because the opportunity with the CFL, I go there and do my thing at the CFL, it'll open up more doors and more avenues. So, you know, I don't turn down, I don't say no to nothing. I hear out my best options and I go with that.
and then you know, outside of football, which you know, great athlete, but the clothing line you built, like, great. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's called Bullshit, but you know, just explain like what that is to the people, like for those that don't know about the brand or want to know a little more. You know what I'm saying?
ONBS pretty much stand for On Bullshit, like you said. It started off at practice, man. Just I was looking at my homeboys, you know, everybody. I'm like, man, like I see a bunch of other groups of friends and people all just around, just on social media and stuff when they making money together. I'm like, why aren't we making money together? You know what I'm saying? Pushing us, like our brand. This is us. This is what we do. So we came up with ONBS literally at football practice. Somebody said, "Dariyn, you on bullshit." And I could put together ONBS. I was like, okay, that got a little, you know what I'm saying, a little rhythm to it. I was like, all right. So I've been running, this is 2017, this came up, you know what I'm saying? So as the time went on, like, you know, I got to it, pandemic. It was the pandemic, you know, it was a bittersweet thing with the pandemic, you know, it brought the, football got canceled for me, so now in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't got nothing to do, so it brought the entrepreneur out of me, like, okay, let me go do something else with my time, you know? So I started making clothes just for the homies, and then everybody bought them out. Did another batch for bigger batch, that bought out, and then now we're pushing it, making a website, made a legitimate business now. It's a real clothing business.
So was this something that you always wanted to do though, or
no.
like?
If you would have asked me 6 months ago, would you sell clothes? I'd look at you and laugh. It's one of those situations, yeah.
Okay. So what can we expect moving forward from On Bullshit and just, you know, goals in general?
You know, I got a business partner with Johnny Rucker. He plays football at Sac State today. You know, we're planning more things, you know, so we don't even want to just be a clothing brand. We want to be pushing a lot of things. Like, we want to do, cause it is just how things are going right now with the pandemic. We want to do so much, but, you know, keep making clothes, you know, turn it in. Like, if we can possibly get the company big enough where we can start signing athletes, you know, whatever it might be, it's just the brand. We're gonna take it to the sky and limit. You know, I'm not gonna put a silly cap and be like, this is all we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever avenues it opens up to, that's what we trying to do. So, but you could expect some more clothes coming out for sure. That's what you can expect.
And then football-wise, what can we expect in that route? What do you?
Football-wise, you know, I'm just gonna keep my body in tip-top shape. You know, diet. You know, just keeping my body clean and everything, keeping my mental clean. Just keep training. You know, just hoping to God, you know, somebody bless me with a phone call. I didn't see many stories where a great college athlete would graduate from college and they don't get a call 2 years later. So when that call comes, you just gotta be ready. Because, you know, there's always a team right now. You can look at every team in the NFL right now looking for D linemen. You know, going to 49 if they need something. They hurt right now. They hurt right now. You know, but, you know, just staying in shape, you know, just waiting, just hoping for a phone call, man. That's it.
What's up, man? Well, I appreciate you for coming on the Champ Talk, man. We had a great conversation, man. I'm looking forward to not only what you're gonna do on the football field, but just to see, keep seeing on ONBS, on bullshit, you feel me? Just seeing that moving forward, and yeah, man, just tell the camera, you know, your Instagram, where they can follow you, where they can follow, just, you know, just your merchandise.
My personal Instagram is at Dariyn LaShawn, DARYN LASHON. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And then you want to find us on ONBS on Instagram and Twitter. We're at ONBS Forever, FOREVA. So go ahead and give us a follow, man. Support black businesses, you know. And I appreciate my man for bringing me on his Champ Talk, you know, his podcast and everything. My man's been doing his job. So, you know, just two brothers out here trying to make it, you know. So we're going to keep doing our thing.
You hear me? That's another episode of Champ Talk, man. That's a wrap.